أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح.
So I've made it to Istanbul by public transport alone. I ended up finishing the final leg with an overnight bus from Bulgaria, which went very well, and the buses seem to be better ways to travel in Bulgaria than the train, so made it in the end. The sights are quite fantastic here. The Blue Mosque is behind me now, and it's quite incredible, and there are many other similar buildings here. And one of the reasons I wanted to come to Istanbul is because for several years there's been a major threat of a large earthquake, because it lies on a fault line, and it would mean mass destruction for much of Istanbul. But yeah, millions of people still live here and completely ignore those threats.
I have once again encountered a spot of bother. There's a guy down on the street down there who wants my balls on a plate. I'm currently hiding on the roof of a mosque. It's quite a long story, but it's basically a big scam, and I ended up in a pub, ended up with a very large bill to pay, which was completely phony. So I made my escape, luckily, and they followed me to the hotel where I should have had some money, but I ran out the fire escape and scarpered onto the roof here. I'm just going to have to wait, see what happens.
Well, I made it. I was waiting up there for a whole hour until he disappeared. Flip me, that was close. I was lucky. So I've reached the bottom end of Europe now, and it's time for me to move on to the next continent, which is Asia, and that's over there, just on the other side of the Marmarus Sea. But it's still Turkey, and Turkey is the only country in the world which is actually split between two continents. My next main stop is going to be Dubai, and I need to figure out how I'm going to get there. I've got a number of options really. I can go overland, either through Iran or Syria and Jordan, or Saudi Arabia, all of which are extremely difficult to get through without the correct visas and the correct paperwork, so that's looking difficult. The other option is to go by boat and go through the Suez Canal, which is something I really would want to do. And there's stacks of boats around here. I think with a bit more time I could probably find one that's going in the right direction, but it may take too long. And I've got to be conscious that my visas for later on have got to be adhered to, so I need to speed things up, and so I think I may have to chicken out and take a flight to Dubai, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm left with little other choice, so I think I'll give it a go.